Welcome, time travelers. Have you ever wondered what life was like for the Vikings, those legendary warriors and navigators from the north? Their myths and legends are full of powerful heroes, mischievous gods, and fearsome creatures. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the Vikings, where we'll explore 10 epic stories that not only define their culture, but still captivate humanity today. Get comfortable because this journey is going to be epic. Yggdrasil, the World Tree. We start with the heart of everything, Yggdrasil, the World Tree. This gigantic ash tree isn't just a simple tree, it's the center of the universe in Norse mythology. Imagine a tree whose branches stretch beyond the skies and whose roots sink deep into the darkest realms of the dead. Legend has it that Yggdrasil holds and connects the 9 realms, including Asgard, where the gods live, and Midgard, the world of humans. This cosmic tree is so immense that beneath its roots lives a dragon called Nidhöggr, gnawing at it endlessly. But Yggdrasil is more than a symbol of life. It's the connection between all that exists. And during Ragnarök, the end of the world, this sacred tree will witness the destruction and rebirth of the realms. Can you imagine a tree capable of holding the weight of the cosmos? That's Yggdrasil, the support of everything that exists. Ragnarök, the end of the world. Now let's talk about one of the most epic myths, Ragnarök. This is the Norse apocalypse, the end of everything, where the fate of gods and humans is decided in a brutal battle. During Ragnarök, the earth will shake with earthquakes, the skies will split, and monsters and giants. But it's not just a physical battle, it's a moment of renewal. Though the gods will fall, including the mighty Odin, who will be devoured by the giant wolf Fenrir, from the ashes, a new world will emerge, more fertile and peaceful. Ragnarök isn't just a story of destruction, it's also about rebirth because, at the end of everything, there's always a new beginning. Thor and the hammer Mjolnir. What would Norse mythology be without the powerful Thor and his hammer Mjolnir? Thor is the god of thunder, protector of humanity, and his hammer is his most lethal weapon. But it's not just a tool of destruction, it's also a symbol of power and protection. One of the most interesting stories about Mjolnir is when Thor loses his hammer and the giants steal it. To get it back, Thor has to disguise himself as a woman and attend a wedding feast in Jötunheimr, the land of giants. While pretending to be a bride, he finally retrieves Mjolnir, leading to an epic scene of revenge. Can you picture Thor dressed as a bride, only to unleash his fury at the perfect moment? A god of thunder in white? Now that's a sight. The story of Sigurd and the dragon Fafnir. Let's move on to a story of heroes and dragons. Sigurd and the dragon Fafnir. Sigurd is a legendary warrior known for his bravery and strength, and his greatest feat was slaying Fafnir, a giant dragon guarding a cursed treasure. Fafnir wasn't always a dragon. He was once a dwarf, but his greed and desire for gold transformed him into this fearsome beast. With the help of his magical sword Gram, Sigurd faces Fafnir in an epic battle. After killing him, Sigurd bathes in the dragon's blood, which gives him the ability to understand the language of birds. The birds warn him of future betrayals. This myth isn't just a story of heroism, it's a warning about the dangers of greed. Loki and the deception of Baldur. Who could forget Loki, the god of mischief and chaos? One of the most tragic stories is his role in the death of Baldur, the god of light and goodness. Baldur was invulnerable to everything except mistletoe. Loki, always ready to cause trouble, tricked Baldur's blind brother Hödur into shooting an arrow made of mistletoe, the one thing that could harm him. Baldur's death was devastating to the gods, as it marked the beginning of the events leading to Ragnarök. Loki, with his constant scheming, shows here how even the most powerful gods can fall victim to deception. Freyja's journey to Jötunheimr. Freyja, the goddess of love and fertility, was also known for her bravery. In one of the most exciting legends, Freyja travels to Jötunheimr, the realm of giants, to recover her magical necklace, Brisingamen, which had been stolen. During her journey, Freyja has to use both her cunning and her power, facing off against several giants and dangers. This story shows that Freyja wasn't just a beautiful goddess, but also a determined warrior, willing to face any obstacle to reclaim what was hers. Ægir's Feast. Imagine being at a grand feast under the ocean waves, surrounded by the most powerful gods of Asgard. That's what happened in the legend of Ægir, the sea giant who hosted banquets for the gods. But this feast was unlike any other. While everyone was having fun, Loki, the god of chaos, decided it was the perfect time to stir up trouble. He started insulting every god present, sparking a war of words and tensions that revealed many hidden grudges among the gods. This scene, though seemingly comedic, is a precursor to the fall of the gods. It shows how, even during the most festive moments, conflict was never far away. In the end, Loki was forced to flee, but his provocation left a deep mark on Asgard's heart. The building of Asgard and the giant builder. Did you know that the construction of Asgard, the home of the gods, almost ended in disaster? The gods hired a mysterious builder to erect walls around their realm, but with one condition. If he didn't finish the work on time, he would receive no reward. And the reward? None other than the hand of the goddess Freyja. The builder, who turned out to be a disguised giant, was close to finishing the task. The gods realized that if they didn't act, they would lose Freyja. So Loki stepped in. He transformed into a mare and distracted the giant's horse, preventing him from finishing the work on time. Thus, the giant didn't win Freyja, and the gods kept their prized home secure. This myth is a reminder that the Vikings admired both cunning and strength. Loki, though troublesome, proves once again that wit can be more effective than sheer brutality. Sköll and Hati, the wolves chasing the sun and the moon. Since the dawn of time, two giant wolves, Sköll and Hati, have been in an endless chase. Sköll pursues the sun, while Hati hunts the moon. According to Norse mythology, these wolves will run relentlessly until the day of Ragnarök, when they will finally catch their prey and devour the sun and moon, plunging the world into darkness. This myth reflects the Viking obsession with fate and the inevitable cycle of time. The wolves are a representation of the relentless march of time and destiny that, though it can be delayed, is impossible to avoid. Imagine living with the certainty that one day light will be consumed forever. That was the grim Viking vision of destiny. The legend of Ran and the lost sailors. Finally, we come to Ran, the goddess of the sea, feared by all Viking sailors. Ran was known for her ability to capture unfortunate sailors who fell into her waters, using a magical net to drag them down into the depths, where they would remain forever. The Vikings, who spent much of their lives at sea, both feared and respected Ran. It was said that before embarking on a voyage, sailors would make offerings to her, hoping she would allow them to return safely. However, if anyone fell into the sea, Ran considered them her property. This myth highlights the constant danger of the sea for the Vikings, and how the relentless nature of the ocean could be both a source of sustenance and death. The legend of Ran reminds us just how fragile life was for these fearless navigators. These legends weren't just tales. They were a way to understand the world around them, a means of making sense of life and the challenges they faced every day. So the next time you think of the Vikings, don't just see them as fierce warriors, but as people who lived in a world filled with magic, tragedy, and heroism. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. See you in the next chapter of the most epic legends in history.